welcome everyone to this week's episode of Mondays in Exandria, an adventure in Iman. We are very excited to be here. Unfortunately, producer Trav will not be able to make it to be here with us too. Got some other stuff going on, but hopefully you'll see him tomorrow night. So let's just go around, let's say who we are, who will be playing. I, of course, am going to be playing Wendell Eustace Abernathy, Lucius Throckwaddle Hossenpfeffer IV of the Havisham Hossenpfeffers. A gentleman, well, nobleman and warlock extraordinaire. And we also have my manservant Igor, played by Shiny Pilot. Shiny Pilot, how you doing?
Hey, doing good. Ready to play Igor, the half-witted half-ogre, who is subservient to the master.
Sounds about right. Anyways, we also have D20 coup de grace.
Hi, yes, I'll be playing Harlan Flipcloak, the Hobgoblin Wizard.
Oh, Hobgoblin Wizard. You know, classic combination right there. Everyone and their uncles played a Hobgoblin Wizard. But we appreciate him nonetheless. We also have the dear lovely Nuggetosaurus.
Hi, I'm Nuggetosaurus. I play Hal the Shifter Fighter. And I learned something at the end of last week's session, and I'm excited to reveal what I know.
Hasn't shared it at all this whole week. You don't know how tempted I was just to Snapchat you every day.
How do you feel? You know, all those cliffhangers you've been giving me. How does it feel, Lindy?
Yeah, I guess it feels fine. We also have our fantastic Dungeon Master, Deception Check, who I will hand it over to. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm always good. It's crazy because I hate Mondays, but I love Mondays because at the end of the day, I get to play this game with these people, and it makes it so much better. It's a good way to end a Monday and bring hope for the rest of the week. I'm Deception Check. I run this game as best I can. It's a mashup of Tal'Dorei campaign setting from Matthew Mercer and Waterdeep Dragon Heist for the most part, with some other adjustments. James Heck has a module that adjusts some things, and we've thrown that in there together, and I'm kind of mixing it all, throwing some people in there. We have a few guest stars appear from time to time, and it just makes it fun. So last week, they found some Nimblewrights, but they were on a ship, and they were not at all what they were looking for. But they met the captain, Zardoz Zord, a rather dashing man, on his ship, the Eyecatcher, with a boat full of swimsuit models, like male swimsuit models or something, like
Awful.
8-pack abs and long hair everywhere,
Ugh.
perfect tans. It made Hal sick, Wendell jealous,
What,
and Harlan
no, I've never been jealous a day in my life.
only every day. And I believe Harlan might have been confused at some point, but who knows? Not sure.
Strange.
It's very strange. But at the end, as Nugget said, Hal did notice something. With a nat 20 on her insight, she found what she did not expect, and I believe all the blood rushed out of her face. If you could see it through some of the canine fur that does kind of give her look. But you know, there's someone that's missing from that wonderful dinner date. Igor was sent packing last week with all the things that were found in the brass bottom. They found a Nimblewright core, which the Nimblewright detector kept pointing to, and someone had to take it away, or they could have never found the Nimblewrights they found, or have hope of finding the Nimblewright that's missing. So Igor took all the tools and other things that they found in the pleasure room of the brass bottom and took it back to the shadow. So let's pick up with Igor real quick. It's nighttime. You're at the shadow. You haven't seen your master. You haven't seen your friends. What are you doing?
Igor is sitting on the floor next to the pile of things from there, and he's playing with everything. Like, I believe there was a giant fist.
There probably was. I'm not. A lot of things were taken. A lot of things were taken from the basement that were left there the last time you were there, from the pleasure room. Sure, there's a fist there. You could be playing with a fist from the pleasure room.
He's got a giant fist and he's like, "My name's Igor. I'm the strongest leader of the hand. Oh, don't say that. My name's Wendell, and I'm in charge of you." And he's like, got like two little things that could be whatever items, and he's making them talk and have little puppet voices, and he's entertaining himself.
Okay. Where are you doing this? In your room, or are you in one of the party's rooms?
Well, I mean, if nobody else is around, I'll be in the open, in like the main room.
Okay, so you're in the dining area of of the dining area of the Shadow Inn.
It's where I get snacks.
And it is evening. And
you did have a permission slip for dinner.
Oh, master, yes. I was gonna sit here and eat all the snacks and play with my food and this stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and there are plates and plates of food. I believe you probably have been mashing some of the mashed potatoes that were served to you with the fist.
Sounds like what Igor would do. Yeah.
All right. So you're having a wonderful time.
Oh yeah, potatoes everywhere.
Is this your first serving, or are you on your third serving?
Oh, please. I'm on my fourth.
Can I have a Constitution saving throw, please? Let's see how well you're doing.
Igor is the fattest and dumbest and happiest.
Sounds like a potato
Constitution save. Okay. Ooh, I rolled a 15 plus 4, 19.
Oh, you feel like you could eat at least 2 more servings easily.
Ooh.
Like this has been nothing for you. It's been all potatoes all the time. While you're eating, Reagan comes over.
Ooh.
Mr. Igor, as you're the only one of the group available, I was asked to pass you a message. It just came in.
Okay.
The message is your group has been seen boarding a skiff heading to a ship in the harbor. It is believed that you might need to move quickly to support your master, just in case.
All right. Okay, so he's gonna get up and kind of spill some stuff and Clackle and throw all the stuff down on there. The master say if he needs anything.
No, this didn't come from your master. It doesn't really have a name associated with it.
Does it say H?
Well, here, and he'll hand you the message. And you look, there is no name attached to it. The handwriting could be the same as the one from before.
Igor sees in there, like with the letter H in the paragraph. He's like, "Oh, I knew it. It's from H."
Yes. Would you like a to-go box to carry some of those potatoes with you?
Yes. To-go box for me and maybe this H. So do, please.
Of course. He steps away to leave you for a moment.
H. What could it mean? Igor will, let's see, did we have anything we left there? I don't think we did. I was just told to bring stuff, right? Drop it off.
Yeah, you just told to drop everything off.
Okay. Igor then will fold the paper very horribly and stick it in his pocket and straighten up his uniform and wait for the potatoes to come back, all the while pondering who sent this letter, if it was indeed H, and maybe he'll meet H.
Reagan comes back quickly, as a good servant does, you understand, and brings you 2 to-go containers of mashed potatoes.
I thank you for these, and I'm sure H does too.
I'm sure, Master Igor.
I'm gonna go now. You watch the place till we get back.
We will do what we do. Thank you, sir.
Igor's going. So
he watches you go out the door and just kind of chuckles and goes over to Roger just to chat. And while you're heading across town as quickly as you can to meet up with hopefully your master,
hobble with the potatoes under the arm.
sure one of them is open and you're eating them already.
Like handfuls of it. Just full on like hobbling with the hump in the air, like he's got it under his arm. Yeah.
Well, while you make your way across town to the Port of Amman district, let's head over to the Eye Catcher, a rather ornately decorated and festooned ship, a 3-mast ship manned by very underdressed but very good-looking men sauntering around the deck, doing whatever it is that they do, not work for some reason. But below, in the captain's cabin, at the captain's table, sits Zardoz Zord. I always say his name funny. It was weird. Zardoz Zord and our intrepid adventurers. So we'll pick up exactly where we left off, where Miss Howell has just recognized something. And he's looking directly at you. So, any other questions or things you want to know? My nimble rights aren't much to really worry about, but hey, they're fun. They do their thing. They pour my drink. Any other questions?
Everything looks in order here.
Yes.
Let's see here.
It is quite good. Simply, is it an onboard chef, or do you contract out locally here in Amman?
Oh no, absolutely. The Eye Catcher itself it's more like a private yacht, you know. I don't need this much ship, but when you have an appearance to make, and well, you know, my show is quite renowned in Nicodranus and Port Damali and some of the other places around. I have an image to keep. So, well, the Heartbreaker and the Hellraiser transport everything. I get to play.
Seems reasonable.
I mean, you wouldn't go anywhere with a private chef, would you there?
Of
Mr.
course
Halston?
not. Never.
Right. Speaking of, so you don't have any servants with you?
Oh no, traveling light this evening. You know, sometimes when you're doing work for the Tower of Hands, you want to keep it more discreet.
I wouldn't know anything about that. I like having my servants. I keep them around at all times.
My favorite servants are rarely seen and never heard.
We flash over, like a couple miles away, and Igor's running, smashing mashed potatoes in his mouth. I'm coming, master! We zoom back over to the ship. He looks over at Harlan and Lamont. Lamont's kind of fidgeting. He sat still for way too long. He's been quiet for way too long, and it looks like it's bothering him. And he's just like, I've had enough. I have terrorizing to do. I'm leaving. And he just walks out.
And I telepathically tell him, don't forget to yell at the staff on the way out. They're horrible.
They're too pretty. I can't.
Just yell at
And
them. Give me a good
out.
yell.
And then you hear a splash. Did he just?
Yep.
Was that?
I believe so.
That's him. That's what he does.
Well, he's definitely interesting. I give him that.
He's fucking something.
So,
Is he now?
Oh my!
Oh, dear God!
That is a story to tell.
That was fast. Sorry, but I'm not.
Miss Howell, you look. Your face lost a little color there a moment ago. You're a little seasick, not one with the sea, are you?
Yeah, I'm not, used to boats.
It's a ship. Boats
Sure.
are a bit smaller.
Yeah.
You could
Okay.
say sailing vessel, majestic steamer. Well, I don't know. No, that doesn't work. I don't know. Say something fun. Don't call it a boat. Makes the captain feel inadequate.
I bet it does.
Wendell
It's not nice to say
telepathically
that
tell
to a
Howl.
captain.
Keep calling it a boat. Well,
It's just like, what is going
ah, well,
So, Mr. Harlan, you are magically inclined.
Yes, I do perform feats of arcane prowess.
So magic, great.
Yes.
Anything? Anything special? Yeah. I mean, is it like street magician stuff? I've got some guys that make fire come out of their arse and lightning dance between their fingers. It's a big crowd pleaser.
Fire out of the behind.
Look, when you're it's certain places like Darktoe where the average intelligence of the viewer that we have in our shows is a bit lower. You get the best laughs out of the potty humor, if you will.
Interesting.
You play to your crowds.
I know nothing of this spell.
Oh, I didn't say it was a spell.
Damn.
Hmm. You speak in riddles.
All right, he takes that. All right, I, if you say so, I'll have to take that then. So, anything else you'd like to know? I mean, my operation is an oyster, if you will. I'm happy to help as best I can.
Let's see. Well, the only thing we need help on is finding another Nimblewright.
rogue Nimblewright.
Really? I mean, you didn't really mention much about why you're looking for it, but exactly what's the story behind that? Something go missing? Someone get something thieved?
Oh, I wish it
Perhaps
was that simple and innocent.
Oh. Well, why? What? He leans in, puts his elbows on the table, and kind of just looks over at Wendell.
I can't
Tell me a
say
story.
too terribly much. You see, it's still a pending investigation and the like, witnesses and such. But let's just
so
say,
official.
very official. Told you I was official.
Right.
Yes. But yes, this rogue Nimblewright is implicated, potentially, in a murder.
Dun, dun, dun. He's like, oh, do tell. That sounds like a juicy story right there.
Well, again, I can't say terribly much, because...
He just said it was a murder. I mean, you can't leave a guy hanging like that.
Well... Did you hear the story about that airship that crashed?
I've heard a bit of rumor and hearsay. Some flaming ship falling out of the sky.
Yes. Let's say that the rogue Nimblewright is implicated in that as well.
They're harmless. How could a Nimblewright take down an airship? A mighty airship flying through the sky.
With explosives.
That's a good question, and something we're trying to figure out.
Explosives.
Yes.
Right.
Potentially
But why?
explosives. That's what we're trying to find out. We have to find this rogue Nimblewright and interrogate it thoroughly.
Ah, excellent. All right. Well, that's important. Important. You don't know that it was what it was doing or who it worked for or anything like that.
No, if only. Make this a whole lot easier, most likely.
I guess it would. If only someone knew where it might be.
If only.
Well,
You know anyone who might know that information?
I just got in town. How would someone like me know anything about that?
You seem to know a lot of people.
In many different ports of call. Lots of lovely lasses, rich people, people who know a thing or two from time to time, but I've only just got in town. I wouldn't know who to talk to. Not today. I'm talking to you. You're telling me. I'm learning so much. So much. Learning about you now, my new friends.
We're friends?
Of course, you've eaten at my table. You think
Oh.
anyone gets to do that? Eat broken
Well-
bread.
Wendell looks around at Le Party Yacht. No! I'd imagine not just anyone.
Well, apparently it happens to Wendell all the time.
It does.
You know,
But
nobility
I am
and
very
all.
new to this.
Well, you handle it well, sir.
Oh, thank you. He adjusts his toupee.
He nods. Looks good.
Thanks.
Anything else I can do for you before you head on? I don't want to keep you too late.
Of course not. Busy night ahead of us.
Aye, me too.
Hal takes like a big drink of alcohol. I wouldn't mind a late night.
Oh. Well, I mean, that's what everyone hopes for. But I'm not sure if I really catch what you're meaning there.
So bad at this.
I was like,
I'm
yeah.
loving it. Wendell's just think you've become a floozy now that you've been heartbroken. First Lamont, now this guy, and next
He
it's gonna
leans
be
over and
Harlan
he's
Igor.
like, I'm not sure I get what you're putting down there.
She
Sorry.
she tucks some hair behind her ears, and as she does it, she does like a I'm sure you do kind of thing in Thieves' Cant.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So
she just giving him like a super awkward coy smile, but as she just does a quick kind
you
of
see
thing.
him like slowly sit back and cross his arms. He's like,
Fuck.
Yes, I think maybe I'd like to have a little time to talk with Miss Howell. She seems like a fun person to know.
I'm a
Oh,
ball of laughs.
yes.
Right.
She's recently had her heart broken, so
Oh, really?
it's true.
Who broke her heart? Harlan, it was you. That's terrible.
No, I'm just.
You looked the heartbreaker type. I was...
No.
No?
No.
Ah, it couldn't have been Mr. Hassenpfeffer there, stalwart man of the community. He'd never break a girl's heart like that, would he?
She'd gotten so attached before I even realized what had happened.
I mean,
I tried to let her down easy.
look at her.
I've been told.
I know.
Woman like that puts a dagger in your back before you do something else like that.
No,
And she'd be
Harlan
right
just
to.
nods. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, don't let me keep the two of you. Your friend Lamont's already probably made it back to shore by now.
We can hope. Well, maybe. I'm not going to hope one way or another.
Excellent. And he snaps his fingers, and one of the Nibblewrights comes over with a new bottle and sits it down between Howl and Zardoz. It's like, hey, Miss Howl and I have some drinking to do.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well,
It's been a pleasure, Mr. Harlan.
it's nice meeting you too.
I expect we'll be seeing more of each other in the future from time to time.
Okay, if we will. I guess I foresee that also.
Oh, divination wizard, right? Haha, very good, sir.
Very good
Very
at what
good.
he does.
And Mr. Hassenpfeffer,
Lord
I
Austin.
have a feeling we'll be doing business in the future, I think.
Yes, more than likely. You seem to be a reputable man, Captain Zardos.
Of course I am. What else would I be?
It's quite the yacht.
I love it too.
He'll give like a, inclination of the head, and then walk out. Harlan.
Do you, like, sacrifice a lot of soldiers? Why do you have so many crewmen?
Oh, well, I mean, someone's got to sail the ship.
It seems highly inefficient to me.
Nah, pleasure yachts aren't about efficiency. They're about access.
How do you get pleasure from inefficiency? Ugh.
I don't understand it myself, Harlan.
I'll have to invite you over and show you sometime, sir.
Well, I will take you up on that offer.
Excellent. I look forward to it. And one of the Adonis crewmen come over and usher you out. He's sweaty, bulging, just ridiculous. Like they've been working out. They just got done with their workout. He's just like, sheen of sweat.
I treat them like I do most servants and pretend they don't exist and don't look.
You hear a lot of chuckling as you walk out. They escort you back to the skiff, and one of the crew takes you over to land.
Oh, not a nimble right.
Where you see Igor standing on the wharf, looking around, going, "Master,
Master, Master."
Oh, good heavens! All right. He'll telepathically say, "Don't fret, Igor. I'm right over here. What is that on over your face?"
Where are you, Master? I don't see you. Master?
Igor.
Yes?
Just clean yourself up. You have... I hope that's potatoes all over your face.
I'm clean now, Master.
Alright. And Wendelhoff strode up at this point. Shaking his head.
I imagine Igor's probably looking back towards the buildings along the
Probably.
wharf. Most of them are empty now. There's very little light out other than the taverns that are nearby. And so you hear your master walk up behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Master. He does a little butler bow. Oh, boy. He puts the potatoes behind him, the one for H. Boy, glad I found you. I was told you were leaving.
By whom?
The servant at the house, Master. Igor's thinking he's being clever, like, yeah.
Reagan? Was it Roger Roger?
Oh, yes, Roger.
How did
He's a smart man. He knew.
I have to see about this, Mr. Roger. We get back to the.
Oh no, Master! You didn't look into anything. I trust him indefinitely.
I don't think that word means what you think it means. But, nevertheless, we are looking for Rogue Nimblewright still. Harlan, shall we continue our search? Well, Miss Howell has a dalliance with the captain.
Oh, yes, Master, whatever you say.
It's,
I don't know where Lamont went, and I doubt we will until morning.
Oh.
well.
Oh, wait, and I look to see if there's any bodies floating in the water.
Give me a perception check.
Oh, no. You just face down in the face. I gotta pull him out and cast Spare the Dying again. Be like, this is the 4th time. Let's see. Oh, that ain't bad. Hold up. Okay, that's a 16.
A 16?
Yeah.
Okay. You look over in the water and you don't see anything. And then you hear a little splashing below. And you look, climbing up one of the pylons of the wharf, you see Lamont. He's like, I'm not here, in your mind.
Uh-huh. I'll just mentally respond, because he's unfortunately the only person in this group who can do two-way telepathy with me. And I'll respond, I never saw you. Try not to die, and keep your eyes out for that Nimblewright. The rogue one.
Right. I'm going after the High Tinker alone. I am that which is terror in the night.
Yes,
And you hear him go, oh shit, and splash.
Yes, don't drown. And I'll just keep walking. Detector out.
Okay.
It's gonna be a long night.
All right. So which direction do you head towards? You can move the token.
Yes, we'll get back on the docks.
Okay.
I think I'm just gonna go to the temple district. That's where, Hal suggested earlier. So, but he'll kind of go in a way that kind of goes around. Whoop.
Sorry.
Hiccuped.
Kind of goes around the loop so that he can check out.
As you're walking, the detector is just spinning wildly around. It's not detecting anything. The night's getting darker. The lamplighters are out. There's not as many people out as the night continues on.
Yes.
But some carriages do go by, and a lot of the river, not the river traffic, but the causeway traffic is busy. It seems that some ships came in. There's a lot of transport of materials towards Abdar's Promenade through those little rivulets through the city. And while you guys continue walking, leaving your friend Howl alone with this strange man.
She wanted Italians. Who am I? I'm not her father. I mean, I could be old enough, but I'm not. Who am I to stop her?
We'll head back to Howl. Your friends have just left the room. The door closes.
Yep.
And he's still sitting there, cross-armed, staring at you.
I cross my arms back.
So, what do you think you know, Howl?
Well, I'm fully aware of who you are.
Are you?
Yeah.
And what makes you say that?
Your facial tics are familiar.
I will admit I was having a little bit more fun with you people than I normally do.
I was certainly amused and shocked.
I can't be me all the time.
That's fair.
And most of the time, I'm not me in the first place.
Okay.
Look. And you see, he goes, hey, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you one question. And you see him just shimmer, and he becomes Spiraling Benath. The man that you know as Spiraling Benath.
I've never actually seen his face before.
So what are you willing to do for our organization, Howl?
I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on what I get out of it and what my family gets out of it.
Now you're making moves now.
Am I?
You're making a lot of moves. You're stepping out and back in to places you probably shouldn't be. You've made one really good enemy within our organization. His voice has changed. The one that you think is kind of the old Benath. He's like, if this thing keeps moving, you might be on your way. Either an early grave or a lot more power.
That's fair, I guess. To be fair, though, I have no idea what I'm doing. I had a fucking airship land on me, and now I'm trying to figure out why that airship landed on me.
To be honest, it's not about knowing what you're doing. It's about surviving what you get yourself into. And so far, getting slam dunked by a airship and surviving seems to be quite a high point.
If you say so. My body says otherwise.
You're still moving. You're still alive.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, I need people I can trust, Hal. But I don't know if I can trust you at this point. You've got your group. I mean, really.
I didn't come up with the name.
What type of name is that?
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was all fucking Wendell. I couldn't come up with anything better fast enough. So.
I'm going to ask you point blank right now, okay? What do you know of the Stone of Galore?
Crap. I know we've heard that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything else. Me as a player doesn't know anything else about it. Wendell?
Getting through my notes.
He pours you another drink.
So
starts sipping on his own.
this is the disembodied voice of Wendell. Dalakar's friends said he was on a mission to retrieve the Stone of Galore. The Clasp and the Myriad want it as well.
Okay. So that's like the second time I've heard that name, like ever.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently there was a dude who came into our bar named Dalaran. Dalakar. Thank you.
Right.
Named Dalakar, who
He's dead now.
Yeah, he got blown up by the Nimblewright.
Well, the Myriad was going to kill him in the first place.
Yeah, apparently like three other people were trying to murder him.
I might need to cut you off. You're knocking things off my table.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. It's just I'm not used to like you're freaking me out a little, bro. Anyway, yeah.
You say that and he just shimmers and now it's like looking in a mirror. He's you.
Okay, can we not? I like the other better. Let's not do that.
Which one? I mean,
the last one that you were, not this one. Not
sure?
me. Yeah. It's fucking weird.
All right, he flips back.
Thank you. Anyway, Dalakar got blown up by the Nimblewright, but apparently earlier that day he came into the inn asking for a group. And so we were like, this is the first time we'd ever heard of him. So we went to check on Sifa. And apparently Sifa... Shut up, Wendell! Apparently Sifa's father, Dalakar, worked for Sifa's father.
Lornak Sifa.
Sure.
The estranged coin master of the Council of Tal'Dorei.
Who's apparently in Wildmount now.
Yes.
Yeah. And
being protected by the Myriad now.
Sure. Dalakar was hired to find it or protect it or something. We don't know. It might be in Sifa's vault, but then I don't know why Sifa Senior wouldn't have just gone and got it. So that's literally everything I know.
Well, what we know as an organization is this. We put you as a bodyguard with Nezarin, Wassarin. Find out what they were doing, because they are involved in this as well. There's some weird cult thing going on.
You think Nezi's in a cult?
I'm pretty sure the Wassarins are deep in this, and they're looking for the Stone of Galore as well, because it is supposed to be a key.
To what?
To Sifa's vault. Do you know what's in Sifa's vault?
A lot of gold.
A lot of gold. Enough gold to make yourself I don't know, a lord? Worthy of someone's affections? It could be
Not
enough.
you, Wendell.
It could be enough to reopen a winery that has fallen on hard times. It could be enough to learn about someone's hidden past. Or it could be enough to fund whatever it is that crazy hobgoblin does.
That's a good question. I have no fucking clue.
I don't know what I'd say something about Lamont, but that man is
he's
just
just nuts. He just wants to die, apparently.
no,
Not really.
you can help him with that.
I've been helping him with that.
Oh, well, he's still standing, so you must have lost your edge.
No. Have you seen me?
Yes.
He's just, yeah. Well,
I also ordered your death at one point.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you let me down. You
Yeah,
let the
sorry.
organization down. And now I believe you might have conflicting interests. Now, I know you don't know much about yourself, only what you've made of yourself now, but you also know that we know about your family. Now, I want to believe you're a good employee who has the best interests of the organization and her family at heart. I also know that you care about someone who is involved in the very thing we're looking into right now. You called her Nezzy, I think? Oh, I didn't know that was her pet name. It's very cute. She hates you, by the way. You know that, right?
Yeah, I'm fully fucking aware.
No. Well, look. Sell your friends out when you find the stone, and I can guarantee the safety of your family and a position to protect Nezzy and possibly even be back in her life. Go about the way you're going, and we'll have to discuss severance package.
Mm-hmm.
I like you, Hal. You're tough. You're a killer. But there's also something else about you that you're likable for some reason. Yeah, I know. It's surprising.
You're like one of the only people who's ever told me that, so.
I'm the most important person who's ever told you that.
Sure.
Well, I won't ask you to make up your mind now, but the Platinum Dragon can't protect everyone. Neither can you. I can, if you choose correctly. And stop seeing through my disguises. It's very disheartening.
I'm sorry.
I worked hard on this one, and I liked it a lot. And I'm probably going to have to get rid of it now.
Sorry.
You're not sorry.
No, I'm not.
I'm actually kind of impressed that you figured it out.
Yeah.
That's why I have high hopes for you. There's a war coming. The Myriad is involved. We've done a lot of good things for this city. We've done a lot of good things for Tal'Dorei. We've made a bit of money off of it as well, as you should in any trade of services. Stay with us, Hal. Your friends will be fine. I only threw you together with him in the first place. You've only known him for a few weeks, maybe a month or two. But your family, your clasp family, it's been there longer. Cheer up. We had a good dinner. That was good wine you just drank.
Yeah, sure. I appreciate it.
Very welcome. Always love to have these employee conversations. I feel it builds a strong working relationship as we go forward.
Okay.
You can go now.
Okay, bye. She just gets up and walks out.
You head out and like every single one of the deck crew is just staring at you when you come out.
It's fucking weird.
And as you walk by and are you looking at them? How are you leaving?
Yeah, I mean, I'm alone, surrounded by what Hal considers at this point semi-hostiles. So
Okay, so as you're looking around, you're kind of, you see the air shimmer, and each one of the beautiful Adonises turn into pretty much the entire higher echelon crew of the Clasp.
Jesus,
All the hitters, all the executioners, all the ones that Spiraling Banaf trusts. And they're all just staring at you.
Do I see Velrect?
No, you don't.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna. So, like, do I need to row myself out there?
One of them walks over, pats you on the shoulder. You didn't think you were going to get off the boat alive tonight. Good work. I'll take you ashore.
Okay. Thanks.
After you.
Yeah. And I'll hop on the boat.
He rows you to shore quietly. As he's rowing to shore, you see, like, if you look back at the ship, because you're probably sitting at the bow of the little skiff as he rows, you see the shimmer again, and he turns back into the almost identical Adonis form.
Yeah.
From the ship. And you make it back to shore to find that your friends aren't waiting for you. They're gone.
That's fair. I'm just gonna head home then.
Okay.
To my house, not to the inn.
Okay, that's interesting. All right, so you begin walking home,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll cut back to our intrepid investigators as they wander the streets alone looking for Nimblewright.
Yes.
That thing shouldn't be pointing at the...
At the ship no longer. Yes, no, I'm going to keep it out of range of the ships just a bit, I believe. I think I'm getting the nuance of this device the longer I use it.
Do you have any readings?
None currently, but that means there's none nearby. So I think we're almost done with the port district. It'll be good. All right. Cemetery, central, or temple?
Well, why don't we just take the road in the cemetery over to the temple district and kind of get, what do they say, 2 districts with one...
With one device? Yes, I think that is how the saying goes.
I believe that's how it is.
Yes. Right. Yes,
You
so
wander the streets. It's quiet. It's getting a little bit later because you're
Mhm.
not really hurrying through the streets. You're
No.
strolling.
If I power walked, it wouldn't be considered light activity.
There's not much going on. It's getting dark. It's getting later. Well, I mean, it is dark. It is later. And the only people you start seeing out in some of these areas, especially as you cross back into the central district, are the City Watch, who all eye you kind of suspiciously with they all keep eyes on you as you go by. You get occasional nods of acknowledgement.
Yes, Wendell is nothing but pleasant in these nods and exchanges.
Hello, guardsman.
Blue, good to see you. Keeping the streets safe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just stare as they walk by.
Mm.
Good night, citizen.
Igor's gonna stare.
Just kind of like fixes his toupee for a second.
I don't think it's crooked. I think they were just rude.
Yeah, they seem to be staring.
Must be the night shift.
Yeah.
Awful.
No matter how late it gets, Harlan doesn't complain about it getting late. Even though Wendell can stay up forever, Harlan is trying to keep pace.
Yes, well, alright, Cemetery District. Maybe we'll see Nikolai.
Oh, that would be fun.
That would be. It's good to see him every now and then. Just walking through the cemetery at night.
Okay, you see the
could
normal.
happen.
You see the cemetery workers all like stop what they're doing and stare at you. They don't speak. It's a clan of people who pretty much run the cemetery district. You don't see too much of them, but when you do see people there this hour of night, they're working, they're cleaning things, they're doing work that you don't see during the day, and they all stop and just stare. They all stand like stock still and just stare at you as you walk through.
Just glance at like a tombstone on the way. I'm like, oh yes. It is your resting, great aunt Portents. Carry on. Just keep walking. I'll keep my eyes out for Anna or Nikolai. Yeah, so you go.
Okay.
What was it? Are you afraid of the ghosts again?
Oh, I didn't know you had an aunt, Moscow.
Aunt Petunia lives in the attic. What a ghost does.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I had aunts. I do not anymore.
Did they bury her in the wrong grave?
No. Yeah, Aunt Petunia is back up in Haversham.
But you're looking at that.
It's a ruse, Harlan, to make it think like we're visiting people.
Oh,
No,
you're
here.
still lying.
Yes.
Oh, yes. My great aunt Petunia also was.
No,
in
perhaps
that
she's
over
buried on
there.
the other side of the cemetery. Let's go check.
Real families know each other?
Yes. We're very good family friends.
As you're standing there talking to each
We're
other
walking
about
and talking.
about the Aunt Petunia. Okay, you're walking and talking
Yeah.
about Aunt Petunia?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then.
I'm not standing still. I ain't gonna get haunted by some random person's Aunt Petunia.
You take a corner by one of the mausoleum, and one of the older ones that seems like it might need work, and there's a very tall, thin man just standing there in the middle of the path. He looks a lot like one of the family members that works in the cemetery district. Can I help you find anything?
You know what? Why not? Have you seen any of those? Well, we were visiting relatives, but any of those nimble rides, those little men? You haven't seen one of those running amok here, have you?
This is a cemetery.
It is. I know. We're visiting so many deceased people that we know.
I see the gate was left open this evening. I will have to speak to someone.
Oh, is it
about
after
that.
hours?
Yes, the sun is down. It is after hours.
Oh.
May
Oh,
I
those were the
escort
hours.
you out?
Yes, please. Temple District exit, if you don't mind. Fantastic.
That is not the closest exit.
No, but it is the most convenient for me.
Yes.
And my friend here. And my manservant.
Yes, I have to visit my Uncle Petunia in the Temple District.
Yes, I'm sure your
Yes.
Uncle Petunia.
Yes,
would be
hobgoblins have very
put out.
fascinating naming conventions.
Yes. Follow me, please. And he turns and just starts walking in the
Okay.
direction of the exit to the Temple District.
Okay, cool. I'm hoping that'll.
It's not a direct exit to the Temple District. It's
No,
actually into
I'm
the Central District.
Yeah, okay. I'm hoping it gets us through a little bit more of the cemetery with the
Yeah, he
the
takes you in a
Vice Moon.
direct route to the center, the path.
That covers
Yeah, right
covers
there.
most of the cemetery. Our
Your
way out.
nimble right detector does not find anything.
All right, I'm like, thank you, good man, for escorting us all the way. We could have been lost in there all night.
Yes.
Yes.
Please remember visiting hours.
It's our sun up to sundown, not past. Now we know.
If you can't see the sun, do not come here.
All right. It's almost rhymes. The more we know, right, Harlan? Let's not trouble
Can't
this.
protect you if you don't follow the rules.
Protect?
Thank you for visiting. And he
Thank
closes
you.
the gate. It just clang.
He was quite pleasant.
I mean, it could have gone a lot worse.
How so?
I mean, he could have stabbed us. He could have. Did you see them digging?
Well, do they often stab people?
I don't know, but they're open and ready for people in case they need to. If I was a Graves person, it'd
That
make a
would be-
very good alibi. I mean,
Yes.
Speaking of stabbing people, let's go back over to Hal.
Hello.
Hal, you left, started making your way out of the port. Where did you head off to?
So I think her initial thought was to go home.
Mm-hmm.
But then she's like, Spiraling Benath kind of super just threatened my family and the love of my life. So just a little bit. So she's gonna go the opposite way, and she's gonna head towards the Temple District, and up towards the Central District.
we're gonna run
Okay.
into each other again, aren't we?
So you start heading in that direction. Give me a perception check.
Okay. I don't even have my character sheet loaded.
Oh no.
Oops.
Tisk,
Terrible.
tisk.
Sorry.
Minus 50 DKP.
Oh dear God. Perception.
Oh.
8.
Now, you don't hear anything.
Nope, not a
In
thing.
your mind, you hear Lamont say, I am the terror which hunts the night.
God damn it, Lamont.
Did I scare you?
No. I mean, a little bit.
Oh, okay, really? A little? Okay, great. I'll keep working on it.
Mention. Yeah.
Where are you going?
I'm headed that way.
Okay, I'll go this way. I need a sandwich.
We just ate.
Did we?
Yeah, we had a sandwich in the port, and then we ate at the ship.
I don't know which day this is. I died.
Yes.
It's hard to remember for food when you die. I saw things. I saw your face.
Yep, I know. You said I
not-
murdered you.
You're not going to kill me now. You said that, or at least you will if I ask you to, but I don't. That's just another conversation. I'm going to go now.
Okay, bye.
And you still don't see him. He's just
Nope.
gone. Okay.
I just keep walking.
All right. You keep heading. So you start wandering your way in that direction. No one really bothers you. I mean, you get looks from the watch as you walk by, but you're used to that sort of thing. You've done a lot of work at night. You know how to keep to the shadows for the most part and stay out of the main pathways. You head towards the main entrance to the Temple District, because the Temple to the Platinum Dragon is along that southeastern entrance. And you also know there's a house there on the way that you might just want to keep an eye on too.
Yeah.
And so you see rising out of the darkness and lit by the street lamps and by an awful lot of lights inside for the hour, Wasserin Manor, where Nezzy lives.
Yep.
What do you do?
Okay, so this manor, is it surrounded? My assumption would be that it's surrounded by a gate and a fence and.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a 2-story ornate building, surrounded by a fence, a very high wall, 20-foot wall. There's a courtyard on the inside with a stable. You've seen it before. They have a lot of servants. You know that the Wasserins aren't happy about living among the normal people in the Central District because, well, the Cloudtop District is still dealing with the elemental energies of Thordak, and it's just the magicians, the wizards, sorcerers cannot get it under control. It is still bad shape would be a good word for it in most areas of the Cloudtop District. And there are still sometimes elemental eruptions that make it unsafe to live there full time. There are still some people who hold out in some of the buildings were able to be rebuilt, but it's only just civic buildings for the most part now.
Okay. I am going to go around to the side of the house where I know Nezrin's bedroom is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to see if I can see anything suspicious or cult-like, because that's what Spiraling Bananas.
Okay. Suspicious or cult-like. What would you consider suspicious? And what do you consider cult-like? I mean, are you listening out for chance?
Yes, I'm listening for chance.
Chance, okay, okay.
I'll keep an eye out for people in robes.
Gold robes, okay,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah, because that's what the brass fist hand thing did.
Yes. The brass fist hands.
Yes. I don't know, just anything that doesn't seem like normal Wesseran behavior.
I mean, you've seen it lit up like this before
for
parties, but it's a little late for a party.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check.
Hopefully I roll better than an 8. 20.
Okay. All right. And as you start noticing something there, you hear a scream. You hear the clash of weapons, sword against shield, dagger against breastplate. You recognize these sounds. There's fighting going on inside the walls of Wasserin Manor. And then we go over to the other group. As you stand there, recognizing that, Wendell, Harlan, Igor, you're making your way outside the Central District.
I think we should make this as systematic as possible.
What would you suggest?
Well, I suggest we do like a sweep. Now that we're out of the cemetery district, it's a bit more grid-like here. We could work west to east or north to south.
Well, the most efficient route would be this way, and I'll point out the most efficient route.
Okay. You would imagine the most efficient route to cover the Central District up to the wall would more than likely be to follow the road, the main thoroughfare you're on now.
All right.
You may occasionally need to make a quick jaunt north or south.
North or south. All right, yes. Well, we'll do that. That should cover most of it, and then we'll just have to do, the up, down, north, south, southerly, southerly route.
Okay. So you make your way, still getting a lot of looks from the guards.
Yes.
They're really noticing the strange umbrella thing you're holding in your hands that's spinning and whirling.
Igor! Igor! Yes, give me your box of takeout. I saw those mashed potatoes. Give me the box.
Well, most of it. Pulls it out and hands it to him. If you don't want the potatoes, I'll
all right, fine. Igor, hold out your hands. One hand, really. They're big enough. It's fine. I'll just dump out the potatoes into one hand. Feather duster, please. The box is dirty. There you are. Yes. Thank you. And then I've noticed he's prestidigitated the box with the feather duster. I'll put the device in there so it looks like I'm carrying a box of takeout instead of a whirly umbrella device.
Okay. The design of the device it's a handheld device that has a grip that's a little bit bigger than your hand, and then kind of a box with gears and things on top of it, and then a spinny little umbrella on top of that. So it's kind of tall, so it still kind of pokes out of your box.
Pokes out.
Now it looks like you're carrying a present or something.
Yes, a little bit more subtle.
Okay.
So I'll do that then.
Give me a performance check to see how subtle your being.
Performance? Well, at least I get a bonus to that. Oh, let's not use necromancer dice. Wendell's dice. 17!
No, it's you now get many less looks from
Yes.
the guard as they walk
Excellent. Oof.
by. Although a lot of them are looking at Igor with his hands full of mashed potatoes as
would
he's
you
eating
quickly
it.
eat that, Igor? If you can't eat it all in the next 2 minutes, you have to throw it away.
He's like shoveling it like
Don't care if you've swallowed it all, just at least get it in your mouth.
He's trying really hard not to choke down the potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Don't
not
worry,
going
I
to roll
won't
for
let
that.
you choke to death. I'll save you like I've saved Lamont 3 times, though.
All right, so you continue moving along the central pathway there.
Yes.
You come to a crossroad a little bit further down, north-south. You know that if you follow south, this will take you back towards Varnasifa's place. This is the road that he lives on.
Yes.
Or you can continue moving towards the Skyport and the Temple District area. You're still south of the Temple District, but you know if you head a little further east, you'll be near the Skyport and the main entrance to the Temple District.
He was on an airship. Perhaps we should just clear the skyport of suspicion.
That seems wise.
Yes, I think that will be efficient.
Okay, and as you begin to head towards right there, as you begin to head towards the Skyport, you start noticing the umbrella occasionally pointing a little northeast from where you're at.
I
far off.
really hope it's not pointing towards airships. I'm going to be very disappointed.
It's not a solid signal. Do you
All right.
follow it?
It's the only thing we've got right now, and it can't be the port, so yes. Probably an airship. We should just verify.
Agree.
All right. As you, right there, stop. As you move through, it begins pointing directly at one of the nicer manors in this area.
Perhaps it's made allies.
And in the shadows,
well, they have so many
the wall,
servants, it's just blended in, they don't.
You see Howl, looking like she's about ready to climb the wall.
I will just telepathically say, Howl!
What?
That was fast. Are you free now?
Yep.
Are you going to rob these people? Because I'm pretty sure the Nimblewright's in there.
Well, I just heard a scream from in there, and
It's probably the Nimblewright trying to murder someone again. Maybe we should intervene. Shall I knock on the front door? I am nobility. And you can do your sneaky backhanded thing back there. All right.
Howl, I need you to make me an intelligence check.
Oh God.
Or maybe a history check.
They're both -1.
Okay. Well,
I'm gonna go with history. 14?
Okay. You remember there was something strange about the staff at night in Wasseron Manor. That something about the groundskeeper and his dogs, but you don't remember exactly what it was. But you know that when you stayed in the manor, no one went out at night. Not into the main courtyard.
Maybe knocking on the front door is not the best idea. They had like this weird ass caretaker at night, and he had like these dogs, and nobody goes outside at night in this manor, so.
Well, I have a Nimblewright or Nimblewright equivalent thingamajigs, according to this, and I hold up the take-up.
I don't think any dogs will be able to stop us.
Says the level 3 wizard. I love it, though. I love it. Wait, what do you suggest, then, Howl?
Do I know of any like alternate entrances to the manor?
Okay, with that history check, you would know that the stable is another entrance, but at night it is normally closed. Currently, you're facing the main entrance, which is into the courtyard.
If we head towards the stable, we might be able to find a way in.
I don't know where the stables are. Al, you'll have to lead.
Is that this way?
It's not a
yeah,
nope.
this way. I'll lead the way to the stables.
Okay. This particular manor is built on kind of a corner lot. It's a really nice space. They tore down a couple of the buildings to put it right here. And you find that on the backside into a more of a service road is the entrance to the stables.
Does it look like there's a way in?
This stable door.
I'm assuming it's locked, though.
Yes. I'll
Okay.
move you guys
Where's
over
the
there.
crazy who nightness, darkness, whatever, when you need him?
You're standing before the door. It looks to be locked. You know they lock it at night. But actually, everybody give me perception checks now.
Oh, yes. I'd love to. Plus 1.
5.
5.
Yeah.
Okay. 14 for Harlan.
12.
Igor gets a 16.
Oh, Igor.
Okay.
I'm perceptive.
Everyone can hear fighting from inside.
Oh, dear.
It sounds like people are dying.
Oh,
Sounds like a pretty bad situation.
that doesn't
inside
sound
the
like a
building.
reenactment of some sort. I thought maybe it was theater at first, but...
Most of things don't sound too good in there.
Are we really trying to evade the dogs at this point, or should we make haste?
I would like to attempt to kick in the door.
Okay. All right. Give me an athletics check then.
Formally, this would be very illegal, but
24.
Okay.
It sounds like it's an emergency suit.
You see Hal just haul off and slam the door. It shakes in the framing, and there's a crack, and you see that the piece that was holding the padlock that was locking the door breaks free, and the door swings.
I set my
Freely to
handkerchief
be open.
back down into my pocket.
All right, so let's go. And I'll lead the way in.
Right.
All right.
Your eyes out for the nimble right.
So let me get rid of and back to dynamic lighting for you guys. Come on. There we go. Boom. Go inside. It is a normal tack house and storage room for the horses. You see 4 draft horses, and how you know on the right, it is Lady Wasseren's jet black riding horse. Very expensive horse. Wendell, you can recognize the quality of this
Oh.
horse. This is something you used to have horses like this.
Mighty fine steed they have here. Of course, I would expect nothing less from a manor like this. Did I recognize, like, any crest on this estate? Would I know what house this is?
You haven't seen a crest, but you know the name Wasseren.
Okay.
There is a Wasseren who is the coin mistress or coin master
That's right. I thought I've heard that name before.
of the Council of Tal'Dorei. So you've just
Excellent.
broken into a councilman's home.
Oh,
If
no.
this is who it is, or at least some of her
Yeah,
family.
I really hope that we can save them and not get stressed.
So on the right, you see the stable that's holding the horses. They're a little agitated from the noise. They're starting to neigh and whinny. You see a door to the left. No, it looks like that might be the only other exit or entrance into the stables.
All right.
That way.
Get a move on. Suppose.
Okay. Do you attempt to exit?
Yes.
This door is also locked.
God damn it.
You got a towel, or would you like me to?
I'm gonna try.
All right.
okay.
Nope. I'm still hurting from the other one.
Yeah, you just can't get your footing right, and when you hit it, it's just one of those things that's like just kicking a wall. It doesn't move. Just
All right.
shakes.
You do it.
There's barking outside.
There's barking. God damn it.
Oh. I think we'll have to.
We're
deal with the
inside.
Yeah, there might be a key. Well, you look for a key briefly, Harlan. I'll just.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
I'll guidance him.
Okay, roll your. Okay.
Tea.
All right. That is enough to get an idea that you see that there's another door behind one of the horses. Looks like it might be going into a tack room. Perhaps there could be a key there. There's nothing hanging on the inside. There does seem to be weird scratches on the walls on the inside, but nothing that really stands too far out. I mean, there's horses and animals that live here. Of course there'd be scratches and things. I mean,
You said weird scratches.
Have you ever seen
weird to Harlan.
scratches like these?
No, you've not.
Well, no, I'm asking the others.
Oh, okay.
Oh, looks like peasants' work.
It's just rub marks from horses kicking.
Carry
Alright.
on. Well, I did find this other door back here.
What do you want to? Should we open it? It might not be locked.
I haven't tried it here.
All right,
I'll go-
give it a go. Is the other door locked?
That door is not locked.
Then what's inside? Oh, I also glanced down at the detector.
Okay, the detector is pointing almost due west from where you're at right now, which is the main house, you believe.
Okay.
Master,
Igor, try the door.
I wanted to pet the horses.
You want to what?
Pet the horses.
Break down the door first, Igor. Fight off the dogs, and then you may pet a horse.
Okay, Harlan, you step
Okay.
inside the other room that's unlocked. It's a tack room. It's basically saddles, riding harnesses. Looks like bridles, other things like that. Looks like leather repair, like a minor leather repair shop in here as well. There's food, horse food. I mean, feed. And there's another door to your left.
Oh.
Ooh.
Well, I'll just go attempt that door real quick.
All right. Okay. You open that door. Again, it's not problematic at all because it's just a closed door, no lock.
Mhm.
You find 2 beds inside that room. It looks like this might be a servant room.
Ah, this is the place the key would be.
Okay. We'll roll forward your 18 investigation. You look through, it just seems like personal effects. There's a small diary written in common. Seems like in a child's hand. It might be a stable boy, just talking about his day and whatnot. Not much more.
I'll head back out.
Right, Igor, warm up that hunchback. We'll bust down that door.
Okay, Master. And he starts rubbing it. Okay.
That's what that hunch was made for. Now break down that door.
He lines up his shoulder with his hump on it like a battering ram, and he's gonna aim for the door and boom, boom, and go right at it.
Okay. Give
People
me an
are
athletics
dying in
roll.
the house. They're not going to care about hunchback breaking down.
Athletics. Oh yeah, you know them hunchbacks. Athletics.
You hear barking, but it's got a weird echo to it. It's not. Yes?
I rolled a 9.
A 9.
Oh, no. Igor.
You're not really into it. You just hit it and the shakes, and you hear that echo barking now. It's like
God, all right, fine. Must
like
I do
really
everything
far away.
myself? I walk over to the
I
doorknob.
can do it. I can do it, Master. Let me try again. He's gonna try to do it again.
Okay, I'll give you one more chance to break the door.
And I'm
down.
slowly walking over, pulling out the handkerchief.
Oh, 11.
You can't get the right footing here. It's like when you hit, your feet slip out from under you. You're just not getting the
Horse
force you
manure.
want. Yes. Well, you don't know that yet, but probably.
I'll walk up to the lock.
Ooh.
blocking like this section on the door, and I'll just little mini flick, concentrated flick.
Roll me an attack.
Natural 20.
Oh my. Okay, we're retiring that dice of yours. It is
Wow.
the warlock die is to be retired.
I'll put it
You
over
you
here.
hit the lock. Roll your damage.
Okay.
Double damage to the damn lock.
This is one precisely broken lock. The damage wasn't super awesome on that one though. It's gonna be 11 points total.
Okay, that's pinpoint force damage by an
Precision.
Eldritch Blast. You see the lock mechanism rocket out of the door. There's no door handle on. It swings open.
You know, I used
And I
the
need you to
dice
roll
last
initiative.
week, and it was just awful for me. It was
I need you all to roll initiative.
literally just Wendell. I used the necromancer die now.
As you break open the door, the
Yes.
echo of barking is right outside,
Mm.
and that's when Wendell, you get
Yes.
attacked.
Oh, dreadful.
And this will be the only surprise because the other two haven't got there. So the rest of you will roll your initiative. Igor got a 12, Harlan got a 5, Hal got a 3, a natural 1 for a 3,
I got a 13.
5.
I didn't
Wow,
think that was
okay.
great until I saw
You
everyone
guys
else's initiative.
Rolled wonderful. I am so proud of you. Oh, look, these things did so much better.
Oh, that makes me feel so great.
All right, so yeah, they've got. Okay, all right. So we're gonna have a quick single attack as a shadow jumps out of the darkness and tries to rake across
good
Wendell's
heavens.
chest. Once the door opens, he's going to make one attack. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Oh, well, you know, they're going around these days.
Okay. And so that's going to be okay. That's going to be okay.
That's going to be a lot, unfortunately.
I'm going to roll 2 of these and then roll them again.
How many of what? I hope those are D4s you're rolling.
7, 10. That's 14 necrotic damage.
Ouch!
And your strength is reduced by 1.
Ugh,
As
fantastic.
the form just rakes through you and you feel like your chest heave, you feel your heart flutter, and then it passes and you're left gasping for air. And then
My strength decreased by how much?
1.
1. Okay. Cool. I just had to write that
You
down.
hear you hear like it echoey growl as it does this. It sounds like a
dreadful.
dog in like a box, like a muffled box, but it's a shadow that's attacking you. You hear another one coming closer, but it does not get a chance to attack. And we have your turn, actually, Wendell.
Yes, this is not great. I would like to hex this foul beast
Okay.
and do what I do best, apparently, which is Eldritch Blast.
All right.
Ugh. Bad dog. I just flick the handkerchief in its
All right.
shadow
Give me
face.
an attack roll.
Oh, Wendell. Why are you good at fighting? You're not supposed to. That's gonna be a 21.
That definitely hits.
Okay.
The shadowy form is impacted by your force blast.
Oh, and I'm gonna
Eldritch
give it
power.
disadvantage on strength checks.
Okay.
So that's going to get 7 force damage and 4 necrotic damage, I believe. I think it's necrotic.
Okay.
Yeah.
You feel like what you expect to happen from your hex is negated somehow by the shadowy form.
At least it's not as
Don't
strong.
know if it's effective. It doesn't seem like
I'm like,
it.
Igor, get on this shadow. It's a very bad dog.
You're supposed to.
Okay. Next up is Igor. At the command of his master, you see a shadowy form just kind of barely in view in front of you. It attacked your master, and your master attacked back.
Oh, "No, not alone!" Ah! And he's gonna charge forward, running into a rage, and he will try and, I guess, we'll try and tackle the thing and try and grapple it.
Okay.
It's a shadow.
It's
You're
Igor.
gonna tackle, and okay, so you attack. Give me an athletics check. It'll be opposed,
And it has disadvantage.
and it does have disadvantage. That is true.
Don't worry, it's not gonna happen. An 8.
Well, it has disadvantage.
Actually, it has a -2 in strength and disadvantage. It rolled an 8. That is a 6. So you grapple the shadowy figure in your arms.
Is it solid?
It is strange. There are no hard edges to the shadow. You're grabbing something.
I didn't say hug the puppy dog, Igor. I said kill it.
And then it slips through your arms.
Oh. What?
And it's
Most
standing
would
in
go
front of
down.
you.
Oh,
Like you felt like you squeezed through it. You did grab it. You definitely grabbed it. But you couldn't hold on to it.
Okay, Igor growls in its face. Oh.
All right. So then the shadow looks at you, Igor, and makes an attack.
Does it growl back?
It is it's still growling and barking at you, and it growls and lunges, and I don't believe an 8 hits you.
No.
So it makes to attack you, and you kind of step out of the way, and it swings wildly. It's sort of surprised that you tried to grab it. It's very strange. It doesn't know what to think about that.
Oh.
And then grumbling, it almost sounds like a person just cursing under their breath in the same sort of echoey feel. You hear something else in a different direction. There may be more of these.
Dreadful.
And then Harlan, you've just stepped into the room. You saw Wendell blow open the door and get attacked by a shadowy form.
Well, I suppose stealth is out of the question. I want to prepare to shatter when another shadow enters, because I hear one coming, right?
Okay, you do hear something else coming. So if another form comes into view, you're going to release your shadow. I mean, your shadow.
Shatter, yes.
Yes, your shadow on the shadow.
Yes.
It can be confusing for a DM.
Well,
Excellent.
Multiple shadows, but yeah.
Excellent. So you are prepared to attack if a second appears. Excellent. Howl, you're just kind of stunned being here. You just broke in to Nezzy's parents' place. Like,
Yeah, I'm probably going back to jail.
they didn't like it then. They
No.
probably don't like you now.
No. I'm gonna pull out Moonbeam.
Like, the light of the moon like erupts. There's a glow in the room now.
Yeah. And I'm gonna whack at this shadow.
Okay, you move forward. Make your attack.
Natural
Oh.
20.
Okay, that is pretty good. I'll give you that.
Motorize that.
Roll your damage.
doggo.
Yeah.
All right. So you step up, and with this blade, you strike through the shadowy form that Igor was trying to hold. Your blade goes right through it. It shimmers for a second, and then the shadow dissipates, and the bloody form of a guard dog lays at your feet.
That's weird.
You recognize it as one of the guard dogs that guard House Wasserin.
Feel a little bad now.
This one
Okay.
was named Spot.
God damn it. All right, then I'm just gonna step back, I guess.
Okay. You step back in the door. So right now we have Igor out front. We have both Wendell and Hal at the door, and Harlan back mumbling a spell of power. And we're back at the top of the initiative order with Wendell. You do not see easily anything else out there.
Easily, you say.
Mm-hmm.
But do I see anything at all?
Give me a perception check.
Yes. So if not, I'm probably making a mad dash to the house. Oh, 18?
18.
Fire.
With an 18, you just do spot
No, Sparks did.
another shadow. Just the edge of your vision.
Well,
It looks like it's about to attack you this next round.
yes, I don't like that. So, I'll move up our hex. And I'll, Eldritch Blast it again. Oh, I knew that
Okay.
one for the first time, I suppose. I'm like, I was one right there. Here, I'll point it out for you. I have to flick the handkerchief or it doesn't work.
All right, make your attack.
15?
15 does hit. Your wave of force strikes the shadowy form.
Is it immune to necrotic? Should I just not even bother rolling that die?
You believe it did not do anything.
Okay. 8 force damage then. And it, again, disadvantage on strength.
All right.
Just in case.
Igor, your master has just pointed out a new shadow
Yes.
that looks like it's going to attack.
Go chop it up into little shadowy bits, Eagle.
And he's gonna whip out his hammer off his belt and charge at that one and try and bash it this time, since wrestling didn't work last time.
Okay.
Attack!
Make
Come
your
on,
attack.
Igor. 20 to hit, not natural.
Okay, your hammer does strike. Roll your damage.
All right. It is a D10 for two hand.
Yes.
Okay. What do I want? Okay, 6 plus 3, so I guess 9
Mhm.
damage. Yep,
Okay.
9 damage.
You strike, and as your hammer goes through, it doesn't seem to do as much damage as you thought it would.
Oh.
The shadowy form does seem to be almost dissipating, but it is still there. And it's its turn. And since you struck it last, it lashes out at you with an attack. Does a 16 hit you?
Yep.
Okay. You take 9 points of damage.
Ooh.
And you lose 1 strength point.
Ooh.
You feel a bit weaker as the claws of the shadow rake through you.
How dare he?
Rude doggo.
Harlan, you can't see this shadow as it was just on the edge, but you saw Wendell attack something, you see Igor attack something, and you see the form of the dead dog where the other shadow was.
Well, I will cut back the spell, I guess.
Okay. I won't make you lose the spell slot.
Oh, okay.
You're a wise enough wizard to be able to regain your energies when they're not expended.
Then, I suppose I will move towards the door.
As you do, the form of the shadows takes it resolves in front of you a bit. You can see it a bit better.
Ah, I see you now. And then I'm going to attempt to time ruin. Ah!
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about time ruin?
What it does is it will either age or unage the target
Okay.
just slightly, just enough to or a portion of the target to make the body out of balance.
All right. So as your what does it look like when it strikes a person normally?
Just a kind of a a portion of their skin or armor or whatever they're wearing will just suddenly decay or...
Okay, so there's no aura about it. You cast this and then suddenly they start to age or... Okay.
Well,
so
not their whole person, just like a portion of them.
Right. So you
like
see...
their face or something.
Ooh, that's just nasty. You see that hit. And as it does, you see the form of the shadow just invert. And a dog falls to the ground. And it has like a wrinkled half of its face is just like it looks like it's so much older than the rest of the dog. It's wrinkled and cracked. It has the hair's a lot longer. Suddenly, it just looks really odd, but it's also another dead dog that Hal recognizes as being, another one of the dogs that she used to know and play with when she was here as guardian for Nezzy.
Oops.
All right. So, I believe Igor's still out in front.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the third shadow appears.
How many dogs? Do they have a kennel on site? Good
comes
heavens.
forward, and this one is grumbling. I don't think it's a dog.
Oh. Well, if it's like the dog keeper, you might as well be. Am I right?
Oh, I think I put down somewhere. There we go. Okay, so that one goes away, and it strikes at Igor as well. Does a 13 hit you?
Just barely.
Oh.
Nope. Okay. All right. 7 damage, and let's hope that D4 is low. 4. You lose 4 strength.
Alrighty then.
So Igor, it strikes through you, kind of surprising you, and it catches you just barely through your chest, and you just feel yourself get weaker as the cold passes through you. Maybe you're getting tired.
Root pizza, hire a cleric.
How? Another one of the family dogs is dead. It's your
Sad.
turn.
I'm gonna go up and swing at this guy. But I'm gonna attempt to not kill him.
Okay.
11.
By not trying to strike home to kill, you pull your punch almost too much, and it just sort of moves out of the way as it's floating there angrily. Wendell? Are you an action surge?
Yeah, I'm an action surge.
Okay, all right. Action surge away.
There we go.
All right, definitely hits. You find yourself embarrassed that you pulled your punch a little too much that first time, and you strike back home the second time for 9 damage, and the moonlight seems to affect it severely.
Okay.
As you destroy this one as well.
Cool. Is he
And
dead?
instead of a dog falling, you see the form of Hurry Teldred, the groundskeeper.
Wendell, see if you can save him.
But all right, I'll attempt to tow. I'll walk over and tow. Spare the dying.
Okay. I'm going to say that he just fell. I will allow you to stop him. So he is now not dead, just merely unconscious.
I think it's too late for the dogs, though.
Yeah.
Freaky ghost
looks-
dogs. What are these people
He's
eating?
dressed as just what you would imagine a groundskeeper would be dressed as.
Dirty, peasant-esque.
Yes, Wendell. That's exactly how he's dressed.
It's pretty weird that there are shadows like that.
Perhaps we should attend to the screaming in the house with the nimble-right.
Yeah.
It's pointing directly forward. You see there are 2 doors. One on a building to the right, kind of like outbuilding here,
Mm-hmm.
and one directly ahead of you there on the first floor.
And it's pointing This way?
It's pointing in that general direction, yes.
Sure. How you know this house, apparently. You're gonna break in.
Yeah, do I know what these two doors lead to?
Yes, you would be aware that the door to the right is their personal guard barracks, which for some reason is very quiet.
Hmm.
And directly
Okay.
ahead of you is the kitchen.
Let's go through the kitchen. I don't understand why the barracks are so quiet.
Perhaps they're all dead because we're taking so long. Let's go.
As long as I don't have to bash anything then.
No, nope. I've seen both of you must be tired after all your physical exertions tonight. I've got
I'm very
this.
tired.
Yes.
Right.
Use all those
The
mashed
door to the
potatoes.
kitchens is unlocked. You head inside.
Yes.
The unlocked door leads into the mansion's kitchen, just as Hal has said. It's stocked with cookware and utensils, a large fireplace set across the way from you in the wall and is used for cooking meals. It looks just as you remember it, Hal.
Is there
There's a
still
door on your right to the north and a door on your left to the south.
Is there still screaming?
Yes.
And
And the
which
sounds of
direction
battle.
is my device pointing?
It's kind of spinning at this point.
Oh. Oh, that's not good.
You think that maybe in this situation it's because it's directly above you.
Oh. How do we get upstairs? Is it through this door? It seems to lead further in, I think.
Just roll me a d20, Hal. Let's see if you remember.
Are there servant stairs? Because Wendell would not think of servant stairs ever.
But Hal would know.
But Hal would know.
That was the
Igor might know too.
No, that's a 2.
I
You don't
believe-
remember. You know that there are servant stairs, but you don't know if they're over here or if they're located in a different location. You know that the grand hall, which you're relatively close to, has the main stair.
I don't know about servant stairs. I know where the main stairs are.
Good, we wouldn't be want to go dead in the servant stairs anyways.
Igor, just roll a d20 for me.
Natural awareness of servant stairs.
15.
Oh, Igor, you know from your time at being a servant
Oh,
that
yeah.
normally servant stairs would be located relatively close to the kitchens because servants are supposed to be they're supposed to be not seen nor heard. They're
Exactly.
just supposed to do their job.
Master,
Yes.
I think we should go towards the food.
Towards the where?
The kitchen, Master.
We're in the
We're
kitchen,
in the
Igor.
kitchen.
Well, I think we should go more towards the food and then the back of where the stairs are.
Igor, if you can point out the stairs in the next 30 seconds, we'll go up them.
North or south, 50-50 chance.
Igor then will point south.
Okay. Do you go through the south door?
I mean, Igor would.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Igor, you open the south door, and that takes you in to the pantry. It's lined with shelves containing dry foodstuffs, spices, folded tablecloths, jars of preserves, casks of fresh water, ale, and wine are also stored here.
Master, I
20
found the stairs.
20 seconds, Igor.
I found the stairs.
You found the food, Igor.
He's
I
gonna
just- I just mage hand smack the back of his hand.
grab it. Ooh.
I already gave you a food permission slip today, Igor. This is very bad behavior. I'm
As you
taking
turn
marks
around,
off.
Igor, to speak to your master and try and beg him to allow you to eat some of this wonderful food. I mean, there's fruits hanging from the ceiling. You see that in the corner, there's an older male human and a younger male halfling dead on the floor. They've both been gutted.
Oh, Master,
Yes.
the food may be off.
But are there servants stairs, Igor? 15 seconds.
I found servant.
You found servants,
entrails.
but are there stairs?
No, Master, servant entrails.
But I'm gutted, Igor.
Why?
You couldn't find the stairs. 10 seconds.
Can Igor go over towards the bodies and try to look at them and see?
Yes.
You know, Are they
One of
still
them-
alive? Are they dead? I mean,
Oh no, they're very dead. They look like they've been dead for a little while. You see the older human male is dressed very finely, even under all the clothing. And with your experience, you know this might be a butler, possibly even a head butler. And then the little halfling male had what was once a white apron on. It is now blood red, and you believe he probably was a cook.
Master, they killed the butler and the cook.
And I guess you're not
Can I
getting
go
dinner
in at
now.
Yes, you can follow behind.
Do I recognize these two?
Yes.
I walk
You
in and look
know-
for stairs.
You know that the cook was named Sammet, and that the head butler was named Hammond.
Yeah, that's Sammet and that's Hammond.
Give me an investigation check, Hal.
I am not intelligent.
I will give you advantage because this is you're looking at the injuries from combat, and you're familiar with that sort of thing.
Okay.
Yes, I was going to ask.
9.
Even that, I will give you. You're able to recognize that these are combat slashes. Someone who is trained, they put them down quickly and easily. This was not malice. This was not anger. This was,
methodical.
I need them out of the way.
So whoever's doing this is very very well trained and very
Efficient?
cold. They don't give a shit who they kill.
So we should probably find those stairs, huh?
Yeah.
Alright. I just walk into the pantry and I'll just mage hand open any doors to see if there's serpent stairs.
Okay, there is a barred and locked door heading to the east. It looks like this is a servant's exit onto the street for
okay.
deliveries. And there is a nice polished wooden door to the west.
I'll just mage hand open it. It's polished and wooden, it probably leads somewhere nice.
All right. Are you going to follow through it, or are you just going to walk out?
I'd just like to look out
Okay.
first, because if it's not, it looks like a dead end.
Okay.
Although that grand hall she spoke of.
Yes. You open the door, and your first glance leads you to believe that this might be the Great Hall.
Well, we found some stairs.
But you hear the echoing of combat. You see light being brought down from some iron chandeliers that are high above. Kind of give a flickering light. Some of them are out, some of them aren't. So it's really misrepresented light. It's not very solid. It's kind of almost not a strobe, but it's partial lighting.
Mm-hmm.
The walls you see ahead of you are lined with tapestries and cabinets containing fine dishware and silverware.
Oh, I didn't go
Oils.
through.
No, but you see through.
Oh, okay.
You're looking right across from you. You see this.
Yeah, I'm standing back here.
Okay. Does anyone go through the door?
Not yet.
Okay.
Because if it looks like the grand hall, that's going to be nice, and I'll just mage hand open the door that was up here to see what's in there. 'Cause we're just trying to go
Okay.
through the
Do
house
you close
fast.
the door behind you?
He'll just crack it so that it's not doesn't make noise.
Okay.
That's where the battle's coming from, but just to have us not be visible.
Aren't
All
we
right.
heading towards that noise? Isn't that the whole point?
Yes,
here?
but I believe what we're looking for is upstairs, and if we could bypass some things to save time, that might be beneficial.
Okay. So you're
They're
heading
killing off
back
nobles.
into the kitchen to check the northern door.
Yeah, just 30 feet ahead, just open the... If it's
On the
opened.
way by, Igor's gonna grab a piece of fruit or two and munch on them.
There's lots of fruit that you can grab.
Good.
Okay.
All the fruit.
This is what looks to be a laundry room. It has scrub buckets, wash basin, soap, mop,
Disgusting.
full chamber pots, some that need to be
Ugh.
cleaned,
Ew.
and also a corpse.
Oh.
Middle-aged female human laying near what looks to be a stairway for the servants' quarters.
Ah, I found stairs.
There is a bloody ring of keys on her belt.
Oh, and I found keys. Eagle the feather duster, and I'll just mage hand, like, pick them up.
Do I recognize her too?
Yes, this is Hermina, the head
Hermina.
maid.
Igor will come over, finishing the last scraps of fruit, and he'll feather dust to clean the blood.
Yes, and then I'll step over the corpse and be like, come on, let's go.
And you find
Oh,
yourself
good
the servant
no.
stairs heading up. Or do you all ascend? All right. As group ascends the servant stairs, which for Wendell is the very first time he's ever seen this.
I've never seen them. They're so uneven.
They're uneven, it's tight, it's claustrophobic.
They're not even polished.
You don't even know how Igor goes through it.
Well, I know how he goes through it. He's of much inferior upbringing. He's accustomed to these conditions, but oof.
But as the mystery of the
What if I
battle
got the
that's
hunchback?
as the mystery of the battle that rages above you and around you fills your head, you ascend the stairs, and we wait till next week to find out what's going on, as it is time to call it. Because next week, a whole bunch of interesting stuff's going to happen.
They'll never expect us to have come up the servants' stairs.
We might even get
like
to meet
inferior
Nezzy.
fools.
This will be fun.
So
I can't
underhanded.
wait. This is a big moment for group. And you're already not feeling all that great. Igor,
No, we're not.
I felt so bad about that. I really thought I missed
It's
it that time.
okay.
But
Igor's used to being beaten on.
we're going to go around and talk to everyone, see what they thought, who they are, where we can find them. I'll start with me this time, as we can pass it around and end with Wendell. I'm Deception Check. I'm the DM. I love this game. This is fun. We're in a point that I've been building up to for a little while. It's got some personal story behind it. I can't wait. This is a lot of fun. I think my favorite part is just the look on Nugget's face for how when she was trying to flirt with who we know is now as Spiraling Banath. That was great. And then the total change in demeanor when he threatened her kids and Nezzy.
Yep.
Oh, that was great. I love that part. I had so much fun role-playing that with you. That was a lot of fun. It was enjoyable. And that's my favorite part. I enjoyed it. So speaking of Nugget, let's go right on over to her and see what she thinks about Hal this evening.
Hi, I'm Nugget. I play Hal, the shifter fighter, and I think that was probably my favorite part too. Just like you said, because of that transition, because it was like she's like, cool, I spotted like the leader of my guild. I'm cool with him now. And then he switches gears and he kind of goes back on his promise that he was going to leave her and her family alone. So she's kind of like, man, fuck you. So I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm excited to see if Hal decides whether or not she's gonna betray her friends. So we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to that. I thought of that in the moment. I wasn't planning on having you try and betray your friends, and I'm like, this would be even better. Just really stab the knife in and turn.
God.
So that was good. That was good. Speaking of stabbing a knife in and turning, Harlan Flipcloak, how you doing this evening?
Hi, yes. I'm D20 Coup de Grace. You can find me playing Magnus tomorrow, and I should be playing some either Magic or Kerbal Space Program Thursday. Let's see. But I think my favorite part was picturing Igor just kind of yelling into the darkness, standing on the edge of a pier, all potato faced. It was good image. Good image. So thanks everybody.
Great. No, that I love Igor and just how childlike and fun he has with everything. Just even though Master is beating the crap out of him, he's still just happy. He's completely mistreated and is just a bright light and happy soul for this group we call group. And speaking of the bright light and happy soul that is Igor.
Oh, I'm Shiny Pilot 206 on Twitch and Twitters. Find me Laugh What Wendy's channel Mondays, Tuesdays. So tomorrow that means Ron for me, and all you lovely people in our wonderful, hellacious place we're in. So, yeah, I had fun tonight. Favorite part, everybody was on it for their characters, but I like Wendell's exasperation at everything that was going on tonight. All the fun things, the door issues, the creatures, the stairs. I mean, I just like Wendell being stressed out. It's fun. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching.
Oh, I agree. I thought when Hal was spilling the beans, Wendell's face was the best part. That was just like, what are you doing? Why are you telling him everything? Don't tell. Oh my God, you've told him oh wow. Okay.
Every time I see him, I tell him everything.
Exactly. It was great.
Just need to get you to not see him
And
again.
he has the gall to threaten my family. Fucking
Well,
dick.
Criminal. So
Yeah.
yes, speaking of Wendell's facial features and stares and looks and whatnot, I'm just rambling here. Let's just go to Wendell Eustace Abernathy Lucius Throckwater Hassenpfeffer IV of the Haversham Hassenpfeffers, better known as Laugh Love Lindy.
Yeah, that was super fun. It's not hard to get Wendell flustered about the burden of everyday life that he must endure. Yeah, it's awful. But you know, if we get all this shit done and survive, better days are coming. So, you know, it'll be great. He doesn't entirely hate these people. They're just very inconvenient at times, as are most people. He's really not a people. But, I did like Igor all potato-faced at the docks, especially the contrast between him saying, "Oh no, I think the best servants are rarely seen and never heard," and then we've got Igor going, "Master!" going down the streets. Just the stark contrast between what Wendell wants and what Wendell has. It's great. It's great. And Harlan just being confused and like, well, you speak in riddles. I think that was my favorite. You speak in riddles. And the guy's just like, okay. That was great. I can't wait to see what happens next week. Maybe we'll save somebody from dying. Who knows? I don't know what's going on. Wendell doesn't know what's going on. He just knows when this goes really bad, there just can't be any witnesses. So, you can find us here every Monday for Mondays in Exandria. You can find us here tomorrow night, same time, for Mists of Ravenloft, which we are very excited about. And definitely didn't leave on any cliffhangers there, and aren't delving into Nuggetosaurus' character's backstory there either. You know, it's great. And of course, stay tuned for further announcements on the channel, on Twitter, and the like. But thank you all so much for showing up and being here. You guys are awesome. And yeah, we'll see y'all next week.